Thursday, July 30th, and welcome back to an all new episode of Style by Stevie from my new home, y'all. Yes, as you guys seen in my stories this morning, I gave you guys a little tour. We're still in the process of unpacking. And just a few minutes ago, I had one of our close family friends uh, bring some things over. So once I'm done with my interview with Prince Bambi here, I'm going to be able to go through. I still have to go in the salon area, which I gave you guys a tour of. And then in my room here, I have a lot of fragrances. We listen and we don't judge. A girl likes to smell good. Okay. But without further ado, let's welcome my very special guest here to the dollhouse, the handsome, the sexy, the talented Prince Bambi. Welcome, my love, to the dollhouse. It's such a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you for having me. Thank you. Thank you. It's
Such
been a long how when did we meet? How
Monday,
long ago?
July 13th. July 13th, we've been messaging since June. We've been keeping up and in touch with each
Yeah.
other. So it's been a
Mm-hmm.
process.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because I know you said you were moving, so you had a lot of stuff going on. So we had to kind of like build a schedule so that way we both can actually, meet together.
And here we are. Here we are. So welcome, welcome, welcome. How has this year has flown by? Well, this month per se has flown by so fast. So how has
Mm-hmm.
2026 been for you so far?
2026. So I entered the year at the age of 30. So I turned 30 last October. Um the beginning of the year, it was okay. It was okay. Kind of steady. Still working. Um I want to say around springtime, that's when I received like a promotion at work. And then as far as music, I have been, still writing and everything. I did go to like a modeling course. Trying to branch out into other creative fields. Just to kind of branch out instead of just doing music. I want to do a lot of things. And I remember years ago, I did like a John Casablanca class, and they were
Yes,
telling me a model is an actor, an actor is this. So whatever a model is can be anything. So they can be an artist, they can do whatever they put their mind to. So yeah, my 2026 have been great so far. Yeah.
and
How has your
congratulations.
2026 been?
It Life throws you curveballs. The unexpected happened to me. You guys know June 10th, and to see how quickly I bounced back, came back, I never gave
Mhm.
up. So we're going to see unexpectedly, but I'm excited to be back, to be here, to be alive, most and first and foremost. I thank my creator. But 2026 for me has been an amazing. I've had my obstacles and bumps in the road, that one in particularly, but I kept going. So I'm happy to be here, to be alive, to be thriving. 2026 has been fabulous for me so far.
That's good. I'm glad to hear. I'm glad to hear that you're back on your grind.
And the same for you, my love. Welcome,
Thank
Chrissy.
you.
Welcome as you're just coming in. Now, I detect an accent. I'm not sure where it's from, but because my brother, I have a brother in New York, I have a sister in New York, and my father is
Hmm.
originally from New York. So let me know.
Hmm.
Let me toss a coin, the imaginary coin. Okay, New York or New Jersey, or where you're from.
So it's crazy because on my birth certificate, my father is from New York, but I didn't grow up with him. I grew up with my mother, who happened to be from North Carolina, but she grew up in the DMV area. So growing up, a lot of things as far as like speech impediment, a list, and my father's New York blood stuck with me, even though I wasn't raised by him. So like, New York is in me. I've only been to New York twice. I've been to Brooklyn, and then I've been to like the fashion district, like Chelsea and all of that. So yeah, New York, you are on the money with New York. I do have that in me. So I am from DC, Maryland. I was born in California, but I didn't grow up there. I grew up on the East Coast. So you can say I have like an upper East Coast accent if you want to put it to a region.
It's a blend. It's a mix of all of the things. And when you said speech
Hmm.
impediment, the first person, can you say we love you, Tekka, for an edit? Adam Jr. Maximilian. Welcome, welcome, welcome as you're just coming in. Welcome. Now, speaking of edit and everything, you made me think about one of my colleagues, Bubs the God. I tease him all the time, Prince, about stuttering. He gets tongue tied, and I love it. I love it so much. He gets tongue
Hmm.
tied, but he's like, well, it happens to us because we think, our brain thinks quicker before what comes out of our mouth. So it's just like, okay, we want it to be perfect. We want it to be right. So when you said that,
Hmm.
that was something that he talks a lot about on his platform. And again, shout outs to my colleague Bubs the God. Y'all go and subscribe to his channel. And I think you would love him. So that would be a dope collaboration because he's also, and he's in, since you've mentioned John Casablanca and Casticalls,
Hmm.
he does photography. So make sure you guys go and check out Bubs' photography company as well too and
Oh
support
yeah,
him.
send me his socials if you can.
Definitely, I'm gonna send that to you right after the show. And as well, as a matter of fact, I can do that to you right now. Yes, his name is Bubs the God, and I'm gonna forward that to you. And he cut his hair. Bubs had locks for a long time, but he cut his hair. But we're gonna talk today about the power of transformation. And Prince, you've known this because I've watched some of your videos and some of you, just giving teasers and snippets of your music, and your look does
Hmm.
not stay the same. And artist to artist, we know that, the visually aesthetics is what draws people in. And that was
Hmm.
going to be my first question for you. Who were some of the artists that inspired you growing up?
I always tell people, being born in the '90s, I was born in '95. So I grew up listening to all of the '90s artists and the 2000s artists. So if you grew up in that area, in that era of music, it's really no one person I can say inspired me. I feel like the whole era of '90s and the 2000s inspired me.
So, like the Aliyahs, like the TLCs, and when I
Hmm.
listen to your music, it's a mix of all of that. It's the perfect blend of all of that. And I just sent you my colleague's information so you can check that out
Thank
after
you.
the interview. But when I listen to your music, it's a mix of all of that. And I feel as though, out with the current state of music, we're seeing a lot of artists pull from those different eras, the 99s and the 2000s, and just
Hmm.
infuse that. One of my favorites, and I love her, everyone knows her, Coco Jones. Coco Jones and how
Yeah.
she blends the 90s in with the current
Hmm.
state of R&B. A lot of artists, Kaylani
Yeah.
is another who does it. So shout outs to
Hmm.
all of these amazing artists out here, the next gen, who are pulling from the ones who came before them, like the
Yeah.
TLCs, the SWVs, the Aliyahs, and so many
Hmm.
others, just to name a few. Now, visually, the aesthetic, where do you get your sense of style from? Because you're so unique, you're so dynamic. And even when I reached out to you, you were just like, why me? So where do you get your sense of style from?
Um, growing up, I've always been a creative. I feel like middle school is when I started my artistry. I started with drawing like little funny characters, and then high school when I started getting into fashion more, because like the 2010s, that's when that fashion scene, I don't know what happened to it. It just transformed, and I started wearing like the vest, the thick scarves, and the high top, the colorful high top shoes, like all of that kind of inspired me. And then when I started getting into music, the fashion and then like the instrumental that I like or I create on, it kind of helps me build a whole new world. You know, as an artist, as a creative, we always have that inner world and then we have that outer world. So I try to implement both to build that Prince Bambi kind of vibe. I feel like as a creative, we have to go within more than seeking outwardly because the outside world don't understand us as far as our artistry. So we have to be able to simplify it enough so that way they can understand it. And yeah, I feel like, and then thank you because I don't know how people would react to my artistry, you know, because everyone's different. So I do thank you for that.
You are so welcome. You're so unique. Like your style is like no other. And another artist that I love as well too
Hi,
that
mom.
oh, your mom's here. Hi, mom.
Yeah.
Welcome to the dollhouse. It's such a pleasure to meet you. And she's going to be spilling a lot of the tea in the comments. I'm thinking for sure because she's witnessed this. She's birthed you, and you are a
Hmm.
creative. When our mothers gave birth to us, they birthed an extension of themselves, and we inherit some of the things that they love. Like my mom likes to home decor, and
Hmm.
I find myself I'm looking at plates, I'm looking at furniture, I'm looking at all of these things, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm turning into my mom. I literally am, and we look alike too. And I get it all the time. We sound just alike, we look just alike.
Hmm.
And it's just like the things that our mothers love, we inherit those things and those traits.
Hmm.
And each and every one of us as an artist. So
Yeah.
definitely. Now, what's the best piece of advice that your mom has given you about being in the business as an artist, as a creative visual?
Um, honestly, she's always told me to be myself. She's always sat me down, held my hand, and was like, just go for it. Go for it. Be you. She, I don't know if she put the phone to my ear when she would play Lauryn Hill and Mary J. Blige and Nas and all of that. But she's a creative herself. She's had businesses and things like that. So she just always told me, just do it. Don't be afraid to fail. You know, just if you do, get back up. You know, it's okay. It's all of the motherly things you could think of.
And my mom, you said you were born in October. My birthday's October 31st. So Scorpio, Libra on the cusp. My mom's is
Mm-hmm.
October 7th. And it's just like
Mm-hmm.
her thoughts are my thoughts. When she's upset,
Mm-hmm.
I'm upset. When I'm
Mm-hmm.
sad, she's sad. And she's like, I don't like to
Mm-hmm.
see you like this. So have you ever had that instinct with your mom? Because we always have the best relationships with our mothers and they're precious to us.
She knows when I'm like when I get quiet. She knows I'm either thinking of something that's bothering me, or like something's off. So she'll ask me like, "What's wrong with you?" And I'll tell her nothing. She be like, "Tell me what's wrong," and I'm just like, "Okay, this is what's wrong." Sometimes me being dramatic, but she always knows. Like a mother knows. She knows.
Woman's intuition. Women, we know everything, and it's just like that in an
Hmm.
instant. My mom would
Hmm.
be like, "Tell me what's wrong." The same thing that you
Hmm.
just said. Tell me what's wrong. I know. Come on out and
Hmm.
tell me what's going on. This is not like
Hmm.
this is not like my baby. So they pick those things up. And she said she always told you to advocate for yourself.
Hmm. Yeah, she tells me that a lot too. Hmm.
It's so crazy. She said that my vision board, like I said, I'm in the process of moving. My vision board is over there. And one thing that I put on my vision board was only you are your own best business promoter. That was something that I
Hmm.
put out there. And as an artist, artist to artist, even though I don't do
Hmm.
music, I host this platform. I host Style by Steve.
Hmm.
It is all about advocating for yourself as an artist, as
Hmm.
a visual expert. as someone who is having the full creative control, what advice have you received as it pertains to being an independent artist and visually aesthetic?
Being independent and having full control of my creative,
Mhm.
the advice I've always given that I've been given is to just start from where you are. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect. Um, like me, I don't go to studios anymore. I record at home. So it could have recording at home puts me in that mode where okay, I can be myself. I don't have to worry about an engineer or producer in the room trying to tell me how I should sound,
Oh
what I
yeah.
should do with my lyrics. So being independent does gives you that full freedom to do whatever you want with your creative. I've been in the studio before. It's cool. I just don't like the vibe of it, you know. So I would say being independent, the best advice I've given was to just do it. You know, it don't matter where you are, just do it.
Imagine spending a day in complete silence.
Hmm.
How do you think it would affect your thoughts as an artist, as creatively? Because one thing I can remember, and your mom might know the show. Look at me telling my age. I'm 32, and Prince is probably younger than me. And he probably knows the show.
I'm just 30.
Jackie from 227. You know, Sandra.
Hmm.
Yes, Mary. I always wanted to be Sandra. And I got to dress like Sandra today. But she was saying something in one of her interviews. Of course, she talked about, Diana Ross, the whole Diana Ross situation. But one thing she said was being in the present. When she was on set at 227, she said that she would sit in the dressing room as she could, when you're on set, you're rehearsing your lines, you're going over everything. She was saying that you have to be in the present and be in the moment. So if you had to spend the day in complete silence with your thoughts, how would they be?
It would be a roller coaster.
Mm,
Um, Waking up, my thought will probably come up of yesterday, and then what am I going to do today, and about work, about life. Where do I want to go? Because I don't know, because I'm a Libra, my
yeah.
thoughts it come rapidly. Like it doesn't stop. Like it's just every thought, like 5 thoughts a minute. It's that's why I like meditating because it allows me to bring each thought to a stop and allows me to look at each one and say, why are you here? What do you need to look at this for, etc. I've tried sitting in one space um, to think about my thoughts. It's just like I said, it just could not stop. Like I could
It's
not stop thinking
everywhere. You
about
got
it.
to be doing a little bit of everything. And
Uh
it's
huh.
not just that, but Libras are that way. My mom is. You are literally like my mom because she is the
Hmm.
same way. Her mind will be on this. When she came to the new house over here, y'all, and K Tukes, I said K Tukes called me for a little bit to gossip. I was frustrated. We got the move done. Thank the Lord, but now we got to go through the unpacking process. I'm still going to be able to do
Hmm.
shows here and there,
Hmm.
um, but she was like, okay, I want to do this. I want to do this. No, I want to do this. And I'm just
Hmm.
like, mom, one thing at a time. She tries to do what I do, which is multitask. And mothers are brilliant at doing that. But I'm like, you got to sort out. And then you got to go back where my brother is. And you're going to be dealing with a 2-year-old who will be 3 in September. That's my nephew. You got to go through
Oh.
all of that. And he is a ball of energy. So I'm like, how you're not gonna be able to do it all, but that's the mind process of Libra sometimes. It's gotta be, I gotta do with that racing.
Hmm. 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 I feel like I need to do everything that's in my mind. Like I need to build a task list of everything and then just try to do it. If I don't get everything done, then I kind of like beat myself up about it. I'm like, what could I have done to do everything all in one day? But we're human, you're not going to complete everything, but as long as your mindset is there that you were going to do it, then that should be okay.
Oh yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. What would you say has been the biggest plot twist in your life thus far this year?
This year, um, getting the promotion at work.
Congratulations.
They were Thank you, thank you. There were a lot of positions that I wanted, and the store I'm at now, there was a position that I applied for. I didn't get it, but the manager said that they'll keep me in mind for another one. So a couple weeks to a month later, they called me. Actually, funny thing, I had I ended up falling at work and had like to stay out for like a week. And during that week, that's when I received the call to for the promotion to get to the other store, and I was like, wow, I guess God wanted me to sit
But God,
still, be at peace before transitioning into this new life that He wants me to be in. So that I would say that was the biggest plot twist.
and again, congratulations. It just goes to show you that Prince Bambi fell. My house burned down June 10th, for those of you who do not know. And
Hmm.
it still traumatizes me, but I'm looking at it as it's a rebirthing process because my brother,
Hmm.
K Tubes, said that a phoenix rises from the ashes, and each and every one of us are
Hmm.
phoenixes in our own way because
Hmm.
we are reinventing ourselves. We are reemerging. It's something beautiful
Hmm.
that comes out of tragedy. It may seem
Hmm.
dark, but and it's even Libras and Scorpios. We are always in the process of reinventing. And when you said meditation, you made me think of one of my other good friends. Shout outs to the Joey Digital here on YouTube. He does a lot of with the chakras and the stones, and not only just that, but meditation as well too. So y'all make sure y'all go and check him out as well. And he goes live just like my colleague Bubs the God, all hours of the night, 2 and 3 in the morning. They are night owls. So me, I'm an early bird. I love to get up early in the morning. So you guys will catch me in the morning time. Um, but yes, when you said meditation and being at peace with yourself, what does being at peace with yourself look like for you?
Honestly, being at peace with myself just looks like contentment, like no smile, no anger on my face, just RBF, just quiet, nothing bothering me. I'm not teetering to one side or the other. Being at peace is being able to walk through life every day without letting anything affect you. And if it does, sit with it, learn from it, and then move on. Don't ponder on it. Don't. It's just like, and we're human. I know me, if one thing affects me, then the whole day is just messed up. But being at peace allows you to be able to look at that one thing and say, you know what? I know why you're here. Thank you for being here. But I have other things to do. Just making peace and forgiving yourself as well is a part of having a peaceful life too.
Absolutely. So, fashion dolls. Um, I am going to start doing something new called COTD, which is comment of the day. And Chrissy just retracted his message, but the message was the rebirth process, reaffirmation, all of these things is beautiful. And I think that it is
Hmm.
so unique how we all go through all of these tragedies, how we all go through all of these obstacles and we come back
Hmm.
resilient. It's in our DNA. And as we said, we have our mothers, we have our families there that are encouraging us and rooting us on along the way. Describe a risk that you had to take, that you yeah, describe a risk you didn't take, but you still thought about it anyway. What would that risk be?
that I didn't take, but I thought about it.
Yeah, you didn't take, but you thought about it.
Hmm. A week that I didn't take. It may sound monumental, but the other day I went on a 5K run or walk, and there was like this big bridge that I saw, and it was like very high above the water. And I was like, it's very hot. I don't know if I want to cross that bridge yet, but maybe later on I will. And the reason why, because I was like, it's too high. I don't have a fear of heights, but I do. There was a lot of indecision going on. So I said, you know what, just forget it. I'm not even gonna worry about it. But that would be the only risk that I didn't take, but I did think about it.
Look at there, your mama saying, "That's a word, son." Share a moment that you look back on with gratitude, even if it was challenging at that time. What was a moment of gratitude for you, even if it was challenging?
Um, Receiving advice from people, um, I will say I'm grateful for that. Good advice, that'll help you.
I had to take a drink on that because, ooh, it's like we are both the same person. Libras and Scorpios, we are sometimes stubborn and set in our
Yeah.
ways as it pertains to
Hmm.
receiving advice. And my brother K Tukes, who's in the comments, make sure y'all go and check out his show, The K Tukes Spot. Amazing talk show. Your mom is agreeing and she's second that notion. She says, listen, we are stubborn sometimes. We do not want to
Hmm.
take advice from anybody. We want to try to figure it
Hmm.
out on our own. And the thing
Hmm.
about it is, it's just like when nobody else is around, we try to get it done. If there's no other options, even when I was moving into my new home, I was like, my aunt's at work, my uncle's having to go to therapy, and I'm having to do all of this. So I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and do it. We sometimes second, but it's a Libra Scorpio thing, y'all. We are stubborn. I mean, she says, don't
Hmm.
give me advice on something you have no expertise in. That part, that part,
Yeah.
brother.
Hmm. Yeah. Hmm.
And there are people who try to do that. Now, as an artist, oh my God, I'm so curious to know this. If someone was to tell a story about your life, who would you cast in your bio if you had the choice?
Hmm. You know, what's his name? Tyler James Williams, from
Yes.
Abbott
Abbott
Elementary.
Elementary. Yeah,
Him. Hmm. I would
I
say
can see that.
him. 'Cause he had that quirky kind of vibe to him, and he's not nerdy, but you can tell he has like a nerd vibe too. So I would say him.
That would be dope. And I know your mom is like, okay, who you gonna get to play me? Who you gonna get to play mom?
Um, who would I get to play my mother? They would have to be a Capricorn, because my mother is a Capricorn. Um, my mother give Taraji. Like
Oh
her
my,
vibe is like a mix between Taraji
oh,
Henson and Mary J. Blige.
oh yeah. And Taraji, she's
Maybe
played
Lauren
every
Hill. Maybe Lauren Hill. But yeah, those would be my top three choices.
you named three amazing women and artists, and Taraji, if she was to do it, it'd be knocked out the park. She said yes, all of them. They are every woman, and every woman is in them. And Taraji, she played. She was Cookie Lyons on Empire. I mean, and y'all saw what that
Hmm.
gave. So she was to do it. I've got to see this. I've got to see this. Oh my goodness, we're now in a day and age of technology, and that will also go in hand with your bio as well too. How do you think that artificial intelligence or AI will shape human relationships in the years to come? And I know a lot of artists use that.
Um, I use AI. So I use AI to help me strategize, like budgeting. I use it to build workout plans. Like I use it for things that help me in my life and in my artistry. People use it for memification purposes, like when they want to change or edit a picture and stuff. Um, I feel like if you use it correctly, it will help shape humanity in a good way. And if you don't, we all know what's gonna happen.
It's dangerous, right? It's dangerous. So
Hmm.
even with the new Style by Stevie emblem that you guys see, shout outs to Leander Lee Valiant Arts Jones, who created the new logo for Style by Stevie here. Um, I gave him a couple of photos, and he went in, created, did all of these things with it, and turned it into everything that I love. He added all of those things,
Hmm.
and my show is based on, which is fashion, beauty, art, entertainment, all of that. He combined it in one, which is what you see at the bottom, which is beauty, fashion, commentary. My cue cards here, but I said it has to look exactly like me, and that it does. My mom, when I showed it to her, she literally had to do a double take. Like, that's is that me or you? I was like, no, that's me. And she saw the lashes and
Hmm.
everything, and I'm like, oh, okay, and went crazy. People are still talking about it. So thank y'all for loving it. Shout outs to
Hmm.
Lee Valiant Arts, and that is the power of AI and using your artistry as well too. So use it in the right,
Hmm.
definitely. Now, what traditions or customs did, as an artist, that are you looking for the next generation, for the future next generation? What are you predicting as an artist from your stand?
Honestly, writing your own music, like I feel
Okay.
like as an artist, especially as a storytelling artist, you must tell your own story. Like I don't believe in ghostwriting unless it's like a hook or something. But if it's like a verse when you have to tell why this story is what it is before the melody kicks in, then I'm like, okay, who wrote this for you? Um, Especially as a rapper growing up listening to like the Nas's and
Oh,
the Lil Wayne and the Jays and the Pops and the Biggies, all of the greats, knowing that they wrote their own stuff and still continuing to do so, the future generations should study that because that is what will stand at the test of time. Like authenticity, you know.
absolutely. And I'm so glad I've interviewed Mark Angel this week, and we were talking about the importance of Black artists, not just Black
Hmm.
artists, but Lamar Waters as well too. I've had the pleasure of sitting down with him this week, and we every single interview, even yours, we talked about the
Hmm.
power of Black creatives, of being Black
Hmm.
artists, and our
Hmm.
talent, and how important it is that we continue to write, and as you said, tell your stories. That's something that I've been
Hmm.
encouraging people to do as well too. So as an artist, I totally can relate to that because even with doing this platform, doing Style by Stevie, being independent, it's not easy. You're gonna have some bumps and hiccups in the road, but you keep going.
Hmm.
And as your mom stated earlier, be your own best advocate. Nobody can do it better than you.
Hmm.
If you're doing it independently, you're
Hmm.
gonna have to spend some coin. Yes, you're gonna have to spend some coin. But I shout outs to my girl T.S. Madison. She, I think for me,
Hmm.
catapulted. She started right there. She did
Yeah.
New Week 22 inches, and she was doing Vine and everything. And look at her now. You see her on RuPaul's
Yeah.
Drag Race,
Hmm.
Emmy
Hmm.
Award winning show. You see her with her
Hmm.
podcast on iHeart or iHeart Radio. I mean, it's so much that
Hmm.
she's doing. You. Another for me would be my girl Hope Giselle was another as well too. How they are going from starting off right here on the YT on YouTube, and they just catapult their career and keep elevating. So even being independent, you have to start somewhere. So you know,
Yeah.
when I started Style by Stevie and Child Prince, when I tell you it was ghetto, what did Nene Leak say on which season of Housewives that was? She said, "Ooh, child, the ghetto." When I
Oh
tell
yeah.
y'all, I hated my either it was season 3 or season 5 where I had the whole damn tripod, like the tripod that stands right there.
Mm,
I had like a tall, like spinning stool, and I had my guests. I had to call them on Facebook Messenger, y'all. That's how ghetto it was. Yes, K Tooks remember season 5, and I had the whole tripod standing on the table, and I had to look at the guests like they're sitting right there having a conversation with me, and then I got to turn up the damn Bluetooth speaker. Yeah, we've come a long way from those days. So I thank God
mm,
for finding a great glam squad, finding everything. I'm like, if you're gonna do this independently, you're gonna have to spend some money. And I'm still elevating as I go, still buying the things that I need, backdrops and lighting and
mm,
all of that as an artist independently. Y'all know what it's like. So make sure that you are perfecting your craft, making sure that you are investing into the things that you need. If you want to do this, this is not for the faint-hearted. Make sure that you invest, and as Prince's mom said earlier, advocate for yourself. No one else is in the room will do it for you. If you're going into this business, you got to do it yourself.
definitely.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, my next question: what's something you wish people would ask you more about often in your life as an artist?
Mm, probably what made me get into being an artist. Um, because I feel like nowadays people just do it because it's like the new thing to do, and they seen people blow up off of it, so they want to be able to do the
Oh
same
yeah.
thing. So I think that would be the question.
And it's always a hustle, and I see your grind, I see everything, and I can remember when I reached out to you, just like, okay, how long we gonna do this? Boom, boom, boom. What is gonna be the process like? And
Hmm.
as an artist, I definitely get it. I understand, and it's all coming together. It's all aligning perfectly. All right, fashion dolls. So we are done with discussing the artistry part. We're not going to get into our games here with Prince Bam. We're going to have some fun. All right, so it's been a minute since I've done these games. I didn't get to do it with Lamar, but we did a 2 hour long discussion. And my brother K2 said, girl, it was longer than that. It was. We didn't get a chance to do our games, but I get to do them with Prince. And I'm going to bring Prince back again. So you guys will be seeing him again. All right, so the first one is called the Rapid Five, and Prince has to tell me 5 things that he can't live without. And then in the next one
Hmm.
is where we get a little spicy. Miss Stevie gonna be put in the hot seat. Now, I made that mistake with Calvin Case and Justin. Y'all go and check that out. And it was so much fun though. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love when my guests get to pick my brain and ask me the questions because I know doing interviews can be nerve-wracking. And I've done several
Hmm.
interviews, and I am nervous because I don't know what the hostess is gonna do. But let's start off with the rapid five. Prince, what are 5 of your guilty pleasures that you can't live without? And choose wisely because your
Food,
mom is here. You better say family. She's watching.
food, my mother, um, money, joy, and I would say family. So food, mother, well, that's part of family. Food, mother, jewelry, money, and then family.
And it's the best. And one of my affirmations I say to myself is, I'm surrounded by people who uplift me, and I'm on everything. You can have all of the diamonds and Rolls Royces and all of these nice cars that you want in the world, but your
Hmm.
mother, the bond between a mother and her son, or her your mother and the
Hmm.
daughter, the bond is unbreakable. That bond is
Yeah.
unbreakable. So absolutely. All right, fashion dolls. It is time to turn those tables. So I'm gonna pass it on down to Prince Bambi over here. It's no longer Style by Stevie. Let me set my cards down. It is the Prince Bambi show. So Bambi gets to ask me as many questions as he wants. Something that the guests, my viewers are curious to know about me because I'm a new face to some, and then a familiar face to some as well too. All right. So take it away.
Okay. So I have a couple minutes because I do have an hour for lunch, but I have a couple minutes.
Okay.
Um, how long have you been doing the hosting of your daytime show?
Over 10 years. I started this right after high school, band Prince. Like when I tell you I came in, and remember how Mary, if you watched, shout outs to Scott Evans. If y'all watched Scott Evans' interview with Mary J. Blige, you mentioned Mary. She said 1994 Mary was a savage. When I first started, I was the same way. I was very cocky. I was arrogant. I didn't know what I was doing because I was at least 18, 19. Now being 32, a grown woman, having my
Hmm.
life and
Hmm.
over 10 years. It's been a long time.
Wow, that is a long time. Well, I'm glad you're still here. We need a lot of hosts and everything, especially now. We don't have a lot of social media hosts. I know we have like the Carlos King, the Jason Lee with the neighborhood talk. So we need like
Yeah.
more of those. Um, who who are your top three? I want to say creatives or people in the business when it comes to the LGBTQ plus community.
Well, number one, of course, the mother. Uh, I call her the
Hmm.
mother of us in the community, and that's T.S. Madison. She is number
Hmm.
one. There is no other. She did what others couldn't do. She crawled so that women like her and myself could walk, literally. Number two, I would definitely say Duran Bernard. And you remind me so
Oh
much of
yeah,
him, and I'm pretty sure you've gotten that a lot as well.
people do say
Um,
that a lot. Yeah.
yes. And number three, oh my God. She is live, yes. Fact, yes. PHAG Talk, yes. They are doing a show. I have to catch the replay on my television here as I'm unpacking everything because I got so much. Prince Bambi
Hmm.
had something and he still has something, so I can't keep him. Um, yes, I said, okay. I said Chris Madison, Duran Bernard, and number three. Oh, who's number three? Because it is so many. And you said on an international level. Uh, it has to be someone who breaks the mold. I would have to say, oh my God, I cannot remember his name. I cannot remember his name, but I know he was on Fox Soul. Jerome Trammell. You guys remember Jerome
Oh
Trammell?
yeah.
Love Jerome
Hmm.
Trammell. How blunt, how unapologetic he is, how out
Yeah.
loud he is. And that's something that Madison Hope, shout outs to my girl Fairy Puss, Bree Star as well too. And so many others encourage us in the community to do, which is to be bold, out loud, unapologetic, and don't hide yourself for anybody else. Don't tone down. You're not doing too much. So continue to keep
Hmm.
doing what you're doing. So those are my top three. Oh my God, Prince Bambi made it so hard because I could keep going. I could see my girl Hope, my colleague Buzz, my brother K2, my colleague Deshaun, yourself. I mean, it's so many of us out here that are doing the work. So yeah.
Hmm. I think I have one more question. Um, where do you see your where do you see the daytime talk show going in the next decade?
You know what? I see myself breaking in the same way T.S. Madison. She kicked down those doors for me to be here. She was the
Hmm.
first. Keep in mind, she was the first black trans woman. She just said it a few minutes ago, and I was watching it as I was getting hair and makeup done. She was saying, I'm the first
Hmm.
black trans woman to have my television in mainstream on earth, and that she was. And
Yeah.
see Laverne, you see Angelica, you see all of the other girls as well too, who are Amaya Scott. I mean, it's so
Yeah.
many. So where I see myself is the same way T.S. Madison did. She predicted that she would have a show. I'm predicting that I would have a show internationally. But there is a but. I would do it independently. She said that she wanted all black producers. I'm the same way. I'm hiring everybody black.
Yeah. Yeah. We have to.
Absolutely.
We have to.
Absolutely. And before we let you go, Prince Man, because I know I can't keep him Fashion Dolls. Wow. So you helped the launch. Yes, she did. She kicked open those doors so that women like us could be in these doors. And not just women, but queer black men, queer black women. I mean, it's all over the diaspora in our community. And she doesn't leave any corner unturned. So nothing but love. I definitely work with you, sister. Yes, and we have a collaboration coming up. And your mom says, I love this interview. You are a light, Stevie, and I appreciate you for seeing the light in others. Oh, no problem. No problem, mom. And that's what I do. I give everybody their flowers here on my platform, and I also pour into other creatives and artists themselves. We definitely need to start expanding and start helping one another and exactly, and as Prince Bambi just said, telling the story. So I'm gonna cut it here. I'm gonna hang the flag here, or as my colleague Bubs the God would say, land the plane here. Prince Bambi, what gems would you give to the next generation of creators that are looking to us, that are struggling with finding their identity, their voice? What gems would you give them?
Um, be yourself.
Yes,
Take good advice from people. And like my mother said, don't take advice from someone else who doesn't have the leeway to tell you what to do with your creativity. Those are
that
like
part,
my top three advice.
that part. And shout outs to my colleagues, Deshaun. All right, Fashion Dolls. I'm gonna read one more. Read Deshaun's comment. We need to let them know, like, listen, we're here. Oh yeah, we're not going anywhere. Our existence is pure. It's beautiful. It's creative. It's all of these things. And I'm gonna leave you guys with the final thought of the day, which comes from Parul Nigam, and he says, "Burn if you must, but rise from the dust." So remember, as I stated earlier, a phoenix rises from the ashes. We've all overcome as queer creators, as black creatives, so many of us. I'm telling you, look where we're at now. We're here, and as John stated earlier in the comments, we're not going anywhere. And make sure you guys stay tuned. We have the beautiful Noelle Fry. She's joining me next month. And we have the handsome Marcos Luis, One Mic Night podcast joining me as well too. And stay tuned for more. I'll be dropping them individually because I'm still in the process. I remember you saying that. Yep, you sure did. All right, Fashion Dolls. And Prince, where can everyone follow you and check you out? Because I do want to bring you back.
My Instagram is Prince Bambi, and then my TikTok is the only Prince Bambi. Um, so those are my two social media tags.
There you go, Fashion Dolls. And make sure you stream and support his music. Support everything that Prince Bambi is doing. And again, I would love to see a collaboration with you and my colleague Bubs the God. That would be dope. You would love his energy. When I tell you, I'm gonna give you the warning though. Because That Joker is something. He is only 5'2", and he does things to throw me off. He clowns all the time, and he is hilarious. Y'all two would hit it off perfectly. Y'all's personalities would click like instant. So definitely check his work out though. And my
I
brother KT
will.
as well. Thank you, brother. Yes, 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 yes.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Till next time, everyone, and I will see y'all next month in August. We're gonna hopefully have everything settled, but I will see you guys then. Take care.
Thank you, Stevie.
You're welcome, and definitely we're gonna set something up again.
Yeah.